Hello everyone, welcome to QNAP Live Broadcast. I'm Sam, your host for today's topic. And today we have RP and Dan. So when you see Dan, you know that we will have some new spec for the ARM structure NAS. Well, that is the topic for today. We're having the TS-332X, and that is a 3-bay NAS with 3 built-in M.2 SSD ports, which is like a brand new design for our 3-bay NAS, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, welcome Dan. So today we see that the 332X, the X always means that we have a 10 gig.
10 gigabyte.
Yeah, 10 gigabyte the port.
Yeah.
10 gigabit.
10 gigabit. Yeah,
Yeah, port building inside of our NAS. So let's go to the slides, and we will check. We will take a look at the front picture and main feature of this 332X. Well, we can see that now it is using an X AL324 64-bit 4-core NAS, and it's white, and we have a lot of LED lamp on the front page, on the front side.
Yeah, and this CPU is also used on our TS-932X and TS-A57X. It's 64-bit 4-core CPU.
Yeah. Okay. Then I think the main feature for the 332X is the 3 built-in M.2 SSD SATA ports, right?
Yeah, that's right. Because if you are looking, if you are watching us, you know we have a TS-328. And TS-328 is our brand new mechanical design, so we are trying to put M.2 SSD in this case. So this is what we do for TS-332X.
Okay, so let's get into the first page to take a look at it. Well, first of all, we want to show you that why we want to put the M.2 SSD, because since now it's using the same CPU with the 932X, right?
Yes. We use the same CPU on 932S and A32S. You can see in A32S we have dual PCI slots, so you can install our PCIe cards to the QN2 or 10 gigabit Ethernet card to our A32S. And we have two 10 gigabit Ethernet port SSD plus. And in 932S we have hybrid 5 and 4. 5 3.5-inch hard disk drive and 4 2.5-inch SSD drive in 932X. And so also we have TS-332X. It supports 3 M.2 SSD is SATA internet. So it's a built-in 1 10 gigabit SSD plus port.
Okay, sure. Then let's do a recap. If you have watched our 328, then you might know that why we will suggest you to use a 3-bay NAS instead of a 2-bay NAS. And today we're going to make a review. Like if we are making a 2-bay NAS into a RAID 1 with 6 terabyte hard disk, well, basically you will only get 6 terabyte for the storage capacity.
Yes.
But if you are choosing to use a RAID 5 NAS and you are choosing 3 of the 3 TB hard disk, you will also get 6 terabyte. But basically, the total cost for 2 of the 6 terabyte and 3 of the 3 terabytes will be lower.
Yeah,
right?
it will be lower. If you are watching the price of the HDD, you will see the 6 TB HDD, maybe the price is more higher than the 3 terabytes HDD. So if you install 3 terabytes HDD for RAID 5, maybe you can find the price actually is lower than you buy 2 6 TB HDD. So we are going to give you an information that is a cost effectivity for 3-bay for RAID 5.
Yes. So let's take a look at inside for where you can install your M.2 SSD, and we will just take a brief look because we will do the actual demonstration for you. You can see that when we open the case, there is that a motherboard, right?
Yeah, it's a motherboard.
Yeah, and the 3 square in orange, that is the places that you can install your M.2 SSD.
Yeah.
2 in a line and the other in another line. So basically the dimension is 2 to 80.
Yeah, it's 2 to 80. Yeah, 2 to 80 is the most common spec for M.2 SSD. So users can easily buy this one. Okay.
Yeah, and next we will take a look at the hard disk port. Basically, you can still use 3 of the hard disk or 3 of the SSD
Yes.
to install inside your NAS. But today we the left hand side we can see that here's one port for your DDR4.
Yeah, we have one sorting and we have two SKUs for TS-332X. The one is 2 GB DDR4 RAM and another one is 4 GB DDR4 RAM. So if you want to upgrade your RAM, you can up to 16 GB DDR4.
Yeah. So we have prepared 2 scenarios for you if you want to arrange the hard disk installation. The left hand side one we can see the scenario 1. You can use 2 of the hard disk for RAID 1 and 1 of the SSD for your cache so that you don't have to use the space of the M.2 SSD. Then if you have more like budget or you have more demand on your NAS storage or the efficient for read and write, you can choose to use our scenario 2. Like you can choose to use scenario 2 is for 3 of the hard disk only.
Yeah.
But that is not the most efficient way to use the 332X.
Yes.
Right? Because if we are only use the 3 of the hard disk, why don't we choose 328?
Yeah. So we have one 2.5-inch tray base is bundled. So if you use this one, you can install your 2.5-inch SSD into the SATA tray. Okay.
Yeah. And here is the best performance. Well, I will take this as a scenario 3. The left hand side, we can see that we are still using 3 of the 3.5-inch SSD for RAID 5.
Yeah.
And at the side of the NAS, we can choose to use another 3 M.2 SSD to make it another RAID 5. And then we can start the Qtier function on the M.2 SSD.
Yeah.
And basically, the most common storage capacity for the M.2 SSD is like for 256.
Yes.
And when you are using the RAID 5, you will still have like 500 gigabytes for your storage.
Yeah.
And basically, that will be totally enough.
Yeah.
And by using the Qtier, you can not only use the M.2 SSD as your your cache, you can also use the 500 gigabyte as your storage pool.
And also, when you use the Qtier, you can still use the storage of the M.2 SSD. It's unlike the SSD cache.
Yes.
Because on SSD cache, the storage will not be used. It's only for the cache.
Yeah.
So you can choose Qtier to you can have both performance and capacity.
Yeah. Then we will take a look at the processor. First of all, it's using the Amazon Annapurna Labs
It's an Amazon company. Yeah, it's same like as I say, 932S and A32X. So it's a AL324. It's a quad-core CPU, 64-bit, and basic frequency is 1.7 gigahertz per second. And also we have hardware encryption engine inside, and you can extend your DDR4 RAM to 16 gigabytes.
Yeah, and then what's on the back? Well, that will also be the most important features. For the 332X, we have one built-in SFP Plus inside, and we have also another 2 extra 1 gigabit port. So basically, you will have 3 ports. And for the SFP Plus, you can also combine with our Qsirch 1208 or 804 to expand your own internet structure and level up all the connection speed into a 10G.
Yeah, so this solution is helping users to build a 10 gigabyte environment with very low cost. So if you are interested in 10 gigabyte internet, so you can consider to our switch. Yeah.
Then since we have 3 of the M.2 SSD, of course we are going to talk about the high-speed transfer.
Yeah. So about the transfer performance, you can see there are two charts. We use a TS-332X. We use 3 SSD for RAID 5, and we transfer a 10 gigabyte file from PC to our NAS. So you can see from the Windows file transfer, the download performance is over 1,000 megabytes per second, and the upload is about 526 megabytes per second. So if you see the right chart, you can see the encrypt performance is almost very similar, very close.
Yes. Then let's take a look at the real demonstration. PD, please take us to the computer so that then we'll show you. And this time we are using
Yeah, and this time we use the RJAB to test the performance. So here we are trying to send a 4 GB file from the NAS to the PC. So let's go to a test.
Okay, now it's the writing speed, right?
Yeah,
So it's basically like 500 megabyte per second.
yeah. And you can see the read is over 1000 megabytes per second.
Yeah.
So this is for 4 GB file. So initially, if you have a 4 GB or more, maybe more, you just need some seconds to finish the transfer job.
Yeah, let's go back to the slides. And next, we are going to check about the front view and the back view of this NAS. Well, we see that still we have a lot of the lamps, like for the power, status, then USB hard disk, but we have three more extra LED indicators for your M.2 SSD. We can see in the middle part of the slides. And down here, we can see the power button and the USB 3.0. Of course, that is also a one-touch copy button.
Yeah.
So one touch, you can copy all the files from your USB. For the rear view, right-hand side, we mentioned that two of the gigabyte RJ45 ports and one of the 10 gig SFP plus port. Then we have one of the 3.5 millimeter line out jack and two of the USB 3.0 ports. Down there, we have the reset button and the DC jack. And left-hand side, we have a 9 times 9 centimeter system fan. Well, basically, the system fan is also what we have now put it in the standard skill, like we call it a smart fan, because you can set the temperature, like maybe from 35 to 35 to like
Actually,
40.
you can set maybe some temperature. For example, you can set up when the temperature of the system going up to 70. You can choose to escalate the fan to high speed.
Yes.
Okay, something like that. So maybe you are wondering, because we put so many things into this machine. We have HDD, we have M.2, we have the DDR4 RAM. How about the thermal performance? Because we have a smart fan, so I think the performance is very good. So you don't need to worry about it.
Yeah. And then, of course, we also have the security slots and the built-in speaker. Then, the next main feature is that every time we talk about M.2 SSD, most of the people will think that, okay, I will need to use one screwdriver and two screws to fix one of the M.2.
One screw for the spacer and another screw for fix the M.2.
Yeah.
So it's very
complicated.
Yeah, very complicated, and some
way.
users are complaining about it because when your NAS you don't have too many spaces on the NAS, so you need some skills to install the M.2 SSD.
Yes.
So because the 3-bay NAS is very small, so it's a big problem. Yes. So we use this one is something like a barcode to install your M.2 SSD.
Yes. So we will also show you how to install the M.2 later. Yeah. Then we will talk about like the three of the trays. Well, basically the NAS also support the hot swap, so you don't have to worry about the condition that you have to change your hard disk.
Your system will not be will not be interrupted.
Then everyone will talk about the heatsink. Well, basically for the TS-332X, we have made a good design for the heatsink. So you can see at the left-hand side, basically the cold air will get inside from the front, and then the smart fan will like sink the hot air out from the back. Well, I think we have many of the like invisible blades.
For the LED design, we have so many invisible airway to bring the heat out. So if you are interested in how to bring the heat out, you can check our photos, maybe.
Yes, and also since we are using the Cortex-A57 energy, ARM Cortex-A57, so that is also a energy saving architecture. So you can see that the standby mode is 18.56 watt and the operating mode is at 26.22 watt. So basically it's a good
Yeah, saves
performance
energy
already.
and saves the cost for operating the system.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now it's time that we do the demonstration for how to install the M.2 and upgrade the RAM.
So then we need your help. Okay, so please turn the, okay, sure. So everyone, this is our TS-332X. You can see the front. The most important thing is here, there's an M.2 LED here. So you can see the back, the rear side. We have two gigabit Ethernet ports here, and this is for 10G. Okay, so we have 3 screws here. I just remove it. Okay, so let's open the case like this. Okay, so you can see there are 3 trays here. It's a total tray. So on the third tray here, this is a 2.5-inch SSD tray base here. So you can install your SSD here like this. Just put it in. Okay, tray 2 and tray 1. So from here, there are 3 M.2 SSD ports here. Here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and this is the RAM. Okay, this is the RAM. So okay, so then I will give you an M.2. Please show us how to install the M.2.
Sure. We see that this is the M.2 and we have 3 of the buckles right here, and here is the slot. Now I'm going to find out the buckle, and then easily we insert. Can we see that? We insert. Oh, sorry. We insert the M.2 side and slightly push it in case it pop out, and push buckle down. Okay, it's done.
Okay, so Stan has installed the M.2 like this. About 10 seconds, I guess. Okay, so we have M.2 here. So I will show you how to install the RAM. Okay, so basically the design is the same. So just I have removed the RAM like this. So we have 2 metal clips in both sides. So just like this. Okay. Like this. It's very easy. Okay. So we can go back to the slides.
Okay. Yeah, after we see the demonstration, then we're going to talk about the software part. The first is about the data backup. Well, we see that snapshot is always the most efficient way that you can protect your data file from ransomware or accident delete any of the data files. And if you're a Mac user, you can also combine the time machine function. You can back up all the time machine file into your NAS automatically. Of course, if you are a Windows user, we support the NetBack replicator so that you can also back up your data files in your Windows computer to our NAS. And speaking of the snapshot, for this one, we can support whole NAS 256 of the snapshots. And for a single volume or long, you can have 64. And if the DDR is more than 4 GB, you can have this function. And not only this, we also have another app called Hybrid Backup Sync. Well, that is why we can provide you a multiple protection for all your data file. We see at the right hand side, the local side, you can do your backup to another storage device, or you can use the remote way to put your backup file into another NAS. And of course, if you are having another public cloud, you can also back up all the NAS file data file into the public cloud through the Hybrid Backup Sync. And you can do all the things, and you can do the scheduling backup through our Hybrid Backup Sync.
Yes, that's right.
Then these two apps Qsirch and Qfiling are basically very popular by QNAP because our user thinks that the Qsirch is a very good way for them to search any of the data they want, and the Qfiling can do the smart device, smart file management. So they also like this a lot. Then we are going to take a look at the basic process of a file, like when it has been.
It's like a workflow to manage your data, because when you have so many data, you need a very good way to manage your data. First of all, you need to upload your file to the file station, and also because some data they are like picture or like PDF format, so sometimes you need to rename the file, and then you can find it. So if you use our OCR converter, you can transfer the PDF or the picture to digital file. Then you can find it. And also, if you use Qsirch, you can find very easily by some critical keywords. You can find it. And also, you can use Qfiling. They can help you to manage your data to the file folders automatically. So it's very good for people who want to manage so many data.
Yeah. And let's talk about the Qsirch. If you have seen the live broadcasting from Nina and Sam, you will know that we have a 3-3-4 like policy. The first three is for the search tools. We have advanced search, and we have category bar, and we have over 35 of the filter conditions. And another three is for the search aids. We can tag for every search criteria, and we can use the highlight word, and we can also see the preview for no matter it's 360 pictures or videos, or even you are looking for a Excel or a PowerPoint file, we can also see the actual preview inside of the Qsirch. And for the search channels, we have four. The first one, of course, is from our web, and the other is we have the Qsirch mobile apps, and it supports the same function with the Qsirch you are running on the QTS. Of course, we have the browser extension for Google Chrome or Firefox.
Yeah.
You can just download the Qsirch plugin from the browser plugin station, and then whenever you are looking from the internet, the browser will also search the same thing inside of your NAS and then show you the result.
Yeah.
And of course, for the QTS version 4.3.5, we can start to support the Mac Finder.
Yeah.
And then for the Qfiling, also Nina has also held this live broadcast. So if you're interested to get more information about the Qfiling, you can search for Qfiling inside of our YouTube, and you will see more. Well, it provides flexible rules for you to manage all your data file. Like I want to sort the file, or I want to rename the file, or I want to put some of the specific file into the internet recycle bin. And it's very efficient because you can just schedule once and it will do it for you forever until the NAS is down. And then the total control. Well, basically we have the system lock, and you can configure, and you can check the condition for each of the scheduling work or single work that you have done. And basically it's very fast since you can do the scheduling filing. Well, you can make the scheduling filing in the night, and when it's at the working time, you can just stop all the filing and do your work with our NAS. And when you're off work, you can start to use the filing function again.
Yeah, I think the schedule function is very important, because some users they are asking about if I'm using the Qfiling, is it possible to impact our working efficiency? I think you can use a schedule, just like Sam said. You can schedule turn on the Qfiling at midnight and stop the service in the early morning. So that's why you can do the smart management when people is out of work. So
Yes.
it will not impact your normal office time.
Okay, then that is the Qfiling and the Qsirch. Then we are going to talk about the node station. Some people will like use the node station. So why we bring this out? Because basically, if you're using a 332, the performance for node station is really good. Like we combine the collaboration and the nodes into our node station. So if you are using, if you are getting, if you have been used to use the Google Docs or the Evernote, well, node station is the combination of these two.
Yeah.
So what can it do? Basically, we can do notes taking, and we can do sharing, and we can do the management, and also we have security and backup for all your nodes. So we can take a detail like notes taking. We can create a journey plan. Then we can put the image editor inside of your node, and we can edit every image that you have put inside of your node. And then we can also do the snapshot management, so you don't have to worry about you like accidentally delete some of your important notes.
Yeah.
And for the sharing, you can share the notes to anyone you want, and you can ask them for the collaboration, and you can do the different authority as a share management. And then for the notes management, we can do the tagging, and then we can also highlight the important note so that everyone can know that, okay, this part is very important. And of course, each of the nodes, you can do their own password. So you don't have to worry about if the link has been leaked out to any other people, because even if they have your link, they don't have your password, they can still not see any of your notes inside.
Yeah, they still need your password to open the notes. So don't worry about the security issues.
Yeah, and the next topic is for the surveillance solution. Well, basically, for now, nowadays we are living in the world that with cameras. So basically, every of the small or medium shop or the chain store or even office, or even some people will put a surveillance system in their home for the backyard or the front yard.
Yeah.
So surveillance solution is very important for everyone. Hence, we have the QVR Pro free 8 channel for each of the TS-332 users. Once you purchase this NAS, we have 8 free IP channels, and for the QVR Pro, it can support over 5,000 of the IP cameras in the market. And if you think that 8 channel is not enough, we can still go to the license store and purchase the extra license. And for this one, it can support up to 16 max.
Yes.
Of course, if you are having a USB camera that you haven't used it for a long time, you can also plug the USB camera into the rear panel USB 3.0 plug to the in the NAS, and you can use our QUSB Cam 2 app so that you can turn your USB camera into another IP camera. So very easy. Okay, now then we'll do the recap for you.
Okay, so we thanks them to give us so many helpful information. So the most important thing is what can TS-332X can provide you. The first thing is M.2 supported RAID 5 NAS is we can improve the HDD usage. As you said, we can build a RAID 5 to with a very lower price. And also we can use the SSD for cache, or you can install M.2 for the auto tiering. It's a very flexible. It depends on your budget. Okay, so if you don't have too many budget over your budget concern, you can just try the SSD cache first, and then when you have more budget, you can try the M.2 SSD for the auto tiering.
Yes.
Okay. So the second thing is we have built-in 10 GB SP Plus. So it's a high-speed transfer. So if you remember our performance test, the rate is over 1,000 megabytes per second. So when you want to transfer a very big file size, you will save more time. So it's helpful to improve the productivity.
Yes.
Okay. So we have the 10 gigabit switch. So QSW series. So if you want to upgrade your transfer environment to 10 gigabyte, it's a very low cost solution. Okay. So and since we have data safety, so we have snapshot protection, and we support time machine, and also we have never replicated backup. so it's easy for you to protect your system and your data.
Mm-hmm.
And also we have virtual driver and surveillance solution. It supports virtual driver, so if you have so many NAS, you can share the storage to other NAS from TS-332X. Okay, it supports QVR Pro.
Yeah, and that will be all the features for this TS-332X. So if you're looking for a good enough home use NAS, don't forget to consider about this. And I believe that soon you will see this spec in your dealer or in the market. Okay, PD, let's go. Let's get back to the live. Yeah. Thank you again, then, for coming to our show and give us a very clear demonstration and introduction to the TS-332X. If you also like our video, please don't forget to subscribe our video. And Stan will be here in the later July. He will bring you a brand new hardware that you can take it as an expansion device or something, but we cannot tell you now.
Yeah.
So follow our channel, and we will bring you more. And this QNAPlive.com. live.qnap.com. That is our latest website. That is our latest website, and we have brand new functions and brand new features inside of the new website. So go here and check for more, and you will find You will find a fascinating new thing about QNAP. Okay? I'm Sen, your host for today's topic. We will see you next time on QNAP Live Broadcast. Bye-bye.
Stay with us.